Good night, YouTube fans. Good night to all the Saudi Crest fans right here, local and abroad. And I must say, special welcome to this another episode of the Saudi Crest Show. As you know, today is Wednesday, so we look at educational. So tonight is educational content, people. But hope I don't disappoint you. Maybe you may love this one, but tonight will be a very shortened version of the show, and later on I will give you much more detail why tonight will be a short version. But of course, for those who are joining the Saudi Crest for the first time, a special welcome to you. I ask that you subscribe, like, and share the Saudi Crest channel with your friends, colleagues, and contacts. You will help us to grow because we are on a mission. The Saudi Crest Show is on a mission to bring all of you, Jamaica, and all those in the diaspora, in the world, a matter of fact, information that you deserve. Bring you the best of what is yet to come. What a way to put it, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is the Saudi Crest Show, as I said before. And again, welcome to you and every one of you. Just don't sit. Tonight I'll be solo. There's no guests here tonight with me. So, I'm expecting you to be my guest, to be a part of the show. So, just don't sit back and relax and watch. Use the WhatsApp, call or text. More so calls on WhatsApp. And of course, I want you to comment. Make comment in the live chat, people. So let me just put up the number for you to call. And of course, our thought is 876 501 6625. Again, 876 501 6625. All right. So our main topic tonight, and maybe that's why you are here, we just want to take a look. I have some very important points that I want to share with you. And I'm sure that you would like to make a few comments. You would like to have your say on these points. Maybe if you have other points that you want to share with us, we also can take them. But we won't be going past an hour tonight, the maximum. All right? People, what are the number of available teachers we have here for Jamaica? Again, that's just one way of asking the question. But the real question, as the topic suggests, the availability of teachers to the Ministry of Education for September 2023. Remember now, we need at least, or the system to be effectively run, need at least 25,000 teachers in the public sector. Yes, 25,000. Based on that number, as the minister some time ago alluded to, over 1,500 of these teachers every single year would have gone on vacation leave. So that left us with at least 2,350. Is that right? Well, my maths is not up to date tonight, but help me out. But saying that to say, if we have, just a minute. Hello, good night. You're live on the Saudi Crest Show. You're live on the Saudi Crest Show. I'm saying you're live on the Saudi. Sorry about that, people. That wasn't a caller for the show. I'm going to send her the link anyway, so she can join in. Yes, so what I'm saying to you, if there are so many of our teachers going out on leave, maybe vacation, maybe study leave, and so on, and these are paid vacation leave, what about those who are leaving the system? We all know that there's what did I say now, a sort of preparedness for exodus of teachers, massive exodus, where we are expecting a number of teachers to leave Jamaica for overseas employment. Good? Now tell me, based on what happened last year and for this year, we have been talking about the teacher migration, we have been talking about how much the education system will be suffering this school year. But for some strange reason, I believe that we wouldn't have so many people leaving. Don't get me wrong. I would have thought that because the government underwent a massive pay structure that was arguable, or that was said, that was sold, that every single teacher in Jamaica will be far better off than before. So, with that promise, I was expecting that a few teachers who had plans maybe would have, sort of differ for this year just to see what's happening. But I must say to you people, and for those of you who don't know, for those of you who don't sure that the numbers are growing month by month, I've had conversation with a number of principals. And for those of you who are following the advertisement especially in the Sunday papers, yes, there are a number of schools, both primary and secondary schools, that are advertising for teachers. We have you have some schools advertising for 19 teachers. There's one school I do remember way back in June, and that is a problem for me. That scared me. Yes, because if it is in June that one school would be able to advertise for 19 posts, 19 teachers. Mark, not all of them are clear vacancies. So there are teachers who I believe would be going on leave. Talking about leave. At that time when those advertisements came out, my own belief or my own information would have informed me. I would have been informed that at that point, the leave approval were not yet ready. So am I to believe that those 19 teachers are leaving not just the classroom, but the Jamaican shores? And that's just one school, people. A colleague of mine sent me some numbers that in one particular Sunday paper, the advertisement for teachers and the breakdown. The breakdown, she was saying, there was 202, yes, 202 teachers. Positions were made available by schools in that one Sunday paper. 203, or 203, sorry. Now, the breakdown has not bring to life, though, if these 202 or 203 teachers whereof teachers are supposed to be going out on vacation leave. So are those positions being clear? Are those positions being clear vacancies? Or there are just some 4 months and 8 months? Yes. That is what I want to know. So those of you who have further information, share with us. Please share with me. Let me have a clear understanding of where this thing is going. So that's just one part. RR, up principal. Empty class tonight. Seems there's a brain drain here. Well, RR, there are about 8 of you in the class, But seems like the people just want to sit back and relax. A matter of fact. If there are teachers here tonight, they are on their vacation, they're on their summer break. So they're probably relaxing, having a champagne or two beers or something like that, laughing at those who are tiling through the night, probably like myself. But that's just how it goes. They're enjoying themselves. But yes, people. So big up yourself, RR. I'll continue to do our discussion. So that number in one paper, 203, is a lot, a whole lot. Now, I would like to know though, are there persons in that 203? Are all those all 203 teachers will be going for good? That is very scary. So, thinking about that, that's just 1 week, in the papers. That's just 1 week. But to date, I must say the numbers are climbing. Yes, it is. I know of very, very small schools who are losing 50%, 60% of their staff. It might sound away now. When a school have, what would I say now, nearly 100 teachers losing 1/5 of their population, meaning they're losing 19 or 20 teachers. But tell me when you have a school of 10 teachers or 8 teachers losing 4 or 5. That's a massive, can't find much to replace. However, I mentioned replacing is another point. While we may think or may have information that teachers are going from different schools, remember, if there's no resignation, you'll have to wait until mid-September. As a school administrator, as a principal, the principal will have to wait until mid-September, to make a decision to find out if this teacher, he or she, is coming back. If there's no resignation to date. So that's another problem. That's another problem. So we're saying then, we want to look into the teachers that are available. Honorable Favour Williams earlier, some time ago, stated that there are a number of teachers that are available to the ministry. We want to dive into them. We want to look into them. I want to look at the numbers. So, it is being said that 88 teachers. Is it an approximation? Not sure. And one of the reasons why I'm unable to go long tonight, I don't get the relevant or the sort of information that are necessary for me to hold this discussion. But I promise you, come next week, Wednesday, this time will be a very big episode. We'll have a guest that is excited and ready to talk the things. We have a guest that will be informed and is willing to inform us of these status. So we're not just that as a topic, but next week, I promise you, will be bigger. So let's zoom into this, people. The Honorable Favour Williams, Minister of Education, right? She says that there are 88 teachers available to the ministry. Where are those 88 teachers coming from? In one, that is just a point. It is the teachers through the Youth Scholarship Program. What is the Youth Scholarship Program? Tell me, what is the Youth Scholarship Program? In the chat, man. Come on. Give me some thumbs up in the chat here, please. And as you come on, hit the like button. Very important that you like up the channel. Like up the channel, people. Thank you very much. And share as you come along. Again, if this is your first time on, you probably need to subscribe so you can participate in the chat. This is what you have to do, yes? For you to participate in the chat, you must subscribe. All right. So, again, let me ask again. Let me state this a matter of fact, not a ask, not a question. But the minister said that 88 teachers will be available through the Youth Scholarship Program. in my opinion, or my view, or what I have known about this youthful program, is more than likely the program that they have given student teachers scholarship to do the STEM aspect of teaching and learning. I wonder if I'm putting it the right way. That is what the youth scholarship program is all about. So the STEM program we're talking about, people. So if that same youth program is the teacher training scholarship program, yes, that I believe was launched in July or June, in June. The Ministry of Finance spoke highly about that. But the STEM program, yes, was always here. It was there before. But the question, though, Minister and the rest of you, those teachers who got their scholarship from the Ministry of Finance in collaboration with the Student Loan Bureau, not just the Ministry of Finance, even though the Ministry of Finance run the bureau, but the fact is, it is a loan. Who will pay back that loan? Because those who get scholarship don't pay back a dime. So of course, that is a loan. Or maybe the repayment of such loans to those students are for them to stay in the system for a number of years, similar to what they call a bond. Again, I can't speak much of that because there are arrangements that are not been cleared to me or maybe to us. But one other thing, again, so that is the other aspect of it I'm talking about, that 88 teachers that are mentioned. So fine. So far, and I'm going to take the 203 now. Let us do some calculation. That 203 teachers, people, who we saw in the papers, who we believe are going from Jamaica. So if we minus or we take away that 88 from that 203, that would have left us now with a shortfall of 115. All I'm talking about is just one advertisement here now. We're not matching up or getting to the stories because we're gonna go back. Remember, I did a show and we talk about the numbers that the ministry alluded to up to June of not June, but from January to June of this year. They were a shocking number. All right. So from that, no creativity, I believe, in the Ministry of Education. And if you look at the thumbnail that I put up, you see me have a light bulb shining bright. What I am saying, we are seeing the light. The minister and the Ministry of Education, the government by extension, probably now making moves, making another plan, making plan B's, C, D, and so to combat the teacher shortage that we'll be having in September. So Jamaica is moving, people. We must give the Ministry of Education and the minister some thumbs up here. Will you agree? Yeah, man. So we're going to give them some thumbs up because they are making adjustment. They are trying to combat what is yet to come. All right. So 88 of those teachers, people. 88 of those teachers. But again, in that same time, in an article as well, that this, I got this information. Yes, I must say that. In that article, the minister said that there's another 10 via the Buildout Science Teachers Program. But This is what bothered me. And not just bothered, but this is what I am a bit confused. What is the relationship with the Buildout Science Teacher program? Good. And the youth scholarship program. Is there a relationship? Is there a direct relationship with these two? I think they are the same because both of them dealing with STEM. So we want that to get straight. And these are some questions that I am yet to get clarity on or get the answers to which it is. And Jamaica, for those of you who are here or abroad, I am sure that you understood what happened last year and what will happen this year. You know what? Let me clear something. Let me make this clear. People, I am not exaggerating and I'm not just talking wildly. I am a victim of such activities. Oh boy, how else could I put it? So that's two ways the government or the Ministry of Education get teachers. So remember now we are left with 115 teacher position to be filled. So let's minus the 10 now from there. That leave us now with another 105. Why to follow me now? And don't go out and say me just saying it's just 203 teachers leaving. No, I'm not saying that. I think it is far more than that. All I'm making mention or alluding to one particular advertisement in 1 week shows that schools across Jamaica needed 203 teachers. All right? So now, the third point that the Honorable Minister mentioned that they will get the teachers from. They'll get the teachers from a collaboration. Yes, there's a collaboration between, what was it again? Let me try and put it directly. Oh, through a bilateral agreement, I must say. So it is a bilateral agreement or a bilateral program between Cuba and Jamaica. So it is called the Jamaica-Cuban Bilateral Program. Yes? Where 70 of these teachers will be made available. And these teachers will be made available in the subject areas of Spanish, mathematics, physics, and chemistry. So what we have? 4 subjects. Now let's get this right now. STEM, therefore, Spanish is not a part of the STEM program. Maths is. Physics and chemistry, they are also. But guess what? Physics and chemistry would have combined to call it the science of STEM. So the teachers coming from Cuba, they of course will be associated or will be placed in the STEM areas. My understanding though, or my belief or my assertion to that is that these Spanish teachers let me correct that. These Cuban teachers will be deployed in the high school settings. Yes. But you know what happened? So far, my investigation that I am doing, and I'm doing a survey that will be ready for next week, that between the two type of schools or the two categories of schools, primary versus high schools, the primary schools seems like they're ahead of the high schools in terms of teachers migrating. It seems like more teachers from the primary schools this year will be leaving our shores. Again, I use the word seems. It's early days, people. So, I would love to know. The teachers in the youth scholarship program, those in the Buildout program, and also those coming from Cuba under the Jamaica-Cuba bilateral program. How many of these teachers will be deployed in the primary schools? Now let me get back to my calculation. So we have 105 space to be filled. So let's take now, when I minus the 70 teachers from Cuba. So that left us with 35 slots to be filled. No, one thing I'm assured of, one thing I will tell you, the teachers in the high school that are leaving, the subject areas are damning. The subject areas are maths, sciences, yes, the maths, science, and language. Those are the teachers that are leaving the system. Those are the teachers that are leaving the system in abundance. Not necessarily that other subject areas are not leaving, but as it relates to the primary settings, all grades, high school, maths, science, language. All right. So we look at those things now, people. We look at those little things that we believe will fulfill the need for teachers. But the question now, how many of our teachers will leave in Jamaica this September? We probably could ask a different question. How many of our teachers already gone? How many of our teachers already resigned? How many of our teachers have gone and yet to tender a resignation letter? I suspect that the letters will be coming in fast and fury by the end of this month, more so by the mid-August. But you see, when we're having the resignation letters coming so late, there's now a problem. And the problem is, as I think I mentioned before, the school principal will need time to advertise, or should I say, let's put it this way, they will need time for one, to apply for approval from the ministry to replace those teachers, wait on the approval, then advertise, engage, and then replace. So we have 5 major steps in just to employ one single teacher. And if these resignation letters have not yet reached the Ministry of Education, it won't be a smooth start of the 2023 school year. I'm saying to the powers that be, I believe if there are principals and board chairmen or boards who know that teachers are leaving and teachers already left, we should give us the opportunity. Yes? Give us the opportunity to engage, at least engage, not yet employed, but at least engage teachers, at least advertise and interview. We're not yet ready to employ, but we need to have that. Because if we're going to wait until September, when the problems start, the parents and the students coming out in their numbers, and then there are some classes without teachers, the panic button will be engaged. The panic button will be engaged come September if we don't find replacement by the middle of August. And remember, now we just have a few days to the end of July. And a number of schools and principals, administration They will take their little holidays, their little week and a half or 2 weeks at the start of August. So the offices of the schools will be closed on the 1st of August. So let's say maybe the 11th, the 12th, or so on. More so the 11th. Yes. So I'm gonna call on the minister right here and now. And for those who watch it, because I know persons from the different offices watch this show. Hold on a second, people. Let me take this call. Hold on. Sorry about that again. Let me take a sip. So, people, let me hear what you have to say. You're still there. You're not saying anything. Come on, man. Come on. Give me some thumbs up. All right. So, yes. So, the resignation letters, or the lack thereof, or the late resignation letters, will be a problem. But let me, I have two sides, and I have to look at the views and two ways of the teachers who will resign. There's preparation in the law or in the code of regulation of how resignations are to be dealt with. Yes, there is. So more time than ever, you know, in policy, in protocol, it is expected that a teacher would give at least a month notice, especially just a regular teacher. At least a month notice. And I think that is fair to everyone, to all parties. But there's nothing much, again, in the code of regulation or in law, to say that if a teacher is resigning with 2 days' notice, that it can't be done. So it is within the teacher, the professionalism of such teacher should use his or her professional, not discretion, no, professionalism. Yes, based off the code of ethics and the code of regulation to do the honorable thing and give your employers at least, people a month. Yes, sir. Hello. All right. So nobody answering. Let's continue. All right. So remember, people, the numbers to call via WhatsApp or straight if you can. 876-501-6625. 876-501-6625. Please remember also to like, subscribe, and to share within the chat. It's very important. Let me hear what you have to say. Remember now, there's no guest tonight. I mean, I don't like when I guest them to give the information, but we can have a discussion. So help me. Put out your comments. Give me your views. If you think what I'm saying is not what you believe or you want clarity at, just let me know. All right? All right. So as I mentioned, and I will just use this final few words to close off as it relates to the resignation of teachers. So it is in my view, and in a professional background, in a very ethical way, that teachers do put in their resignation at least a month in advance. So yes, my people, yes, my fans, educators, yes, students, parents, fans, well wishers. We really want to take a very deep look into our education system. But it needs patience, because when I say patience, What is happening to Jamaica now and their teachers? I don't think it is all unique for Jamaica, you know. Every single where you go right now around the world, teachers are dissatisfied with their employers. Everywhere. The mighty US, where most of our teachers from Jamaica would go to seek employment, they are in shambles. I have learned that the major issue that the US education system has is the lack of funding into public schools. Talking about the mighty US now, you know. But you can imagine, US schools are underfunded. The public schools in the US are underfunded. Let's take it as what I've heard. And their resources are like 20 times what we have here. Make the comparison. If they are underfunded and they are able to pay teachers, pay the Jamaican or the Caribbean teachers, up to 5.5 times what they earn here, depending on where you are at the scale. There are some teachers, people in some states are earning 7 times what they have earned here in Jamaica. I have had colleagues overseas right now who are teaching earning 7 times what I'm earning, and they're just a regular teacher. But let me let this one clear. Not all the states in the United States actually paid that good. So again, if you are thinking about making the move, you also need to think about researching. So that's just a few words. All right. So let's not labor so much on the resignation. Look at this now, people. I asked the question, and nobody seems to answer. Nobody want to participate with Sadi Chris. But let me ask you, if you want to come and show and to share with us, let me place the chat or the link in the chat so you could just make a click and join. All right, good. So now, people, that's the link if you want to come in. Are you still there? No, you can't join, but never mind. Anybody want to come in and join, no problem. How many of our teachers live in Jamaica this year? I'm going to do a poll as well for next week that you need to participate in with this very same question. How many of our teachers? I'm going to ask this other question, people, because we're not putting all the blame on the Ministry of Finance or the Ministry of Education. But the Jamaica Teachers Association, that I am a part of in terms of a member, a membership, right? Yes. Big up JT. And I want to big up Mrs. Lasanya Harris, JTA president, and her team, and all the other members. All JTA officials, big up all the members. Kudos to you who continue to serve and who continue to keep your membership in the JTA. But let me ask a question. Is the JTA being responsible for any of our teachers leaving this country? What part the JTA played in our teachers leaving Jamaica? Is the JTA in any way or form encourage any teacher to leave Jamaica? These are not my views. Is the JTA in any way or form discourage any teacher to leave Jamaica? What is the JTA's reaction? How can the JTA help to bring such a situation under control? Just asking. Not sure. Just asking because we need help. Who will help us? I had this conversation with a member of the JTA, somebody who has more power, who is more to the leadership role in the JTA. I'm just a member. And the response is, what can I do? To date, I am yet to receive my correct salary. So the compensation review have not helped any at all for the teachers to stay. Mark, somebody might get at me tonight. Some of you might very well get at me by saying, yes, the teachers will go, but the principal will stay because you believe the principals are the only one benefited. Hey, let me. My word, what a situation, way. But on a serious matter, though, on a serious matter, can the JTA, can the JTA move a motion? Can the JTA put forward any suggestion? Yes, any reasoning to assist with such exodus that we are foreseeing? All of us do, we talk about it. And what I believe is that I'm not sure if the Ministry of Education see what others are seeing. Because the minister said that there won't be a problem. We won't be short on teachers. Minister, I'm not forecasting any shortage either. But there will be problems. There will be problems. One thing, as I said, I'm giving you a thumbs up, you and your team, because you have given us a number of teachers who you believe will fit in for those who left. But that number, I believe, would be far less than 30%, madam. Because it is 88 plus 1098 plus 70 is 100 and what that? 88. So how far 188 or even 200 teachers can go, minister? If for any reason that we have lost or will be losing so many of our teachers. The other thing that I am not so confident, I am not sure that we'll have over 60% of our teachers graduating from Teachers College this year joining the education sector. Based on information and close to Teachers College right now, there are so many over the past 3 years of our graduates who have moved on to the private sector in Jamaica. They have moved on to other public sector bodies. But they're not coming into the classroom. They have no confidence that things will be better in the classroom. That's what some of them have said to me. Because some of these teachers, including those who are present in the system, we are not all glamoring for more pay. One of the big things that we are looking at is that better working conditions. I will say AI is loading. One thing I know are right now, anybody could beat me if you want. We're not ready for AI in Jamaica. There are pockets of schools who will do well with AI. Pockets. Or should I say maybe a handful of schools. Because for us to have AI effectively, or to have very efficient AI in classrooms, we need very efficient internet service or internet connectivity. We also need very, very good devices. So we are still away, but it can help. It may help in some light. It may help not just to run a live classroom, but for assignments, yes, for labs, the use of artificial intelligence will go a far way. But based on how our education structure or education system is now, not sure. Let me use this one, and people, I'm just going to state this as a question. As you mentioned, AI. I wonder if by now AI knows the curriculum that we are using in Jamaica. I wonder if AI know the NSC. Yes? I wonder. Not sure. We'll have to learn about that some more. But the point there I'm taking is that the teachers will be leaving. You know, to me, my problem right now, what I'm foreseeing is not so much the issue of teachers leaving Jamaica, but how they leave and when. But I am hoping that good sense will prevail. For those who are leaving, leave with good faith. Yes? And please, colleagues, do not burn your bridges. Colleagues, when you go forth, whether to USA or to England or to the Caribbean, even to the Middle East, wherever you go, please remember where you're coming from. Please share your best practices with us. You already have some to carry, but whatever you go there and learn, share it with us. We will be happy to have it because that is how our system will grow. It's system will not grow with teachers staying here for all the time in their lives. No, it doesn't necessarily that a teacher has to be retired in the classroom or retired in Jamaica. No. But if you can get those best practices, those experiences, those exposure, that things that you'll be exposed to in the different third world countries and share with us, that can be a massive, massive thing. So people, let me tell you something. It's a very good thing. The teacher, and if you notice what it is called on the US point of view, is a teacher exchange program, they call it. But exchange because none of your teachers not coming here. But it is the teacher exchange program. So it is expected that after teachers coming to the US or going to the United Kingdom, wherever they go, they are expected to return to their native land after 3 or 5 years. If they so desire, they can reapply. So it's not a bad thing. The bad part about it is how they go and what they have left behind. Is our system enough? Is our system capable enough to fill the void within the short term? New teacher tactics will be needed soon. As we say, I have seen, and colleagues, I will say this, but with some drawback in mind. When you look at the advertisements for teachers now, most advertisement, the schools are asking for experienced teachers. Well, let me not say most, but many experienced teachers. But colleagues, let me tell you this. If all of us want to employ experienced teachers, with so many teachers leaving, who do you think are leaving? You think are the inexperienced teachers leaving? Just a thought. And I will use this medium to say to my colleagues, principals, and boards, give the inexperienced teachers a chance. Yes? Give them a chance. If we don't employ inexperienced people, where will these people get their experience from? Where will these teachers get their experience from? And again, colleague, don't hit me too hard on this, but this is what I have been seeing, and it's not a matter of disagreeing or agreeing, but I think we ought to be a little bit more, you know, cautious of how we advertise. For example, if you advertise for teachers with 2 years experience or 5 years experience, you see, if you say a year experience, but I know somebody know. But look at all the teachers who leave Jamaica now. How many teachers you going to find just run come a year of school with 5 years experience? Unless that teacher was treated so bad at their farmer school or first school. Again, just understand what I'm saying. I don't think right now in this scenario, we as administrators need to find a balance. We need to find a way to groom and teach and mentor these inexperienced people. Come on. It is two ways about the classroom right now. Sometimes you may realize that the way things are outside is different from how it is inside. There's a saying that says, look, staying out and looking in is different from in looking out. And it is so correct. For the inexperienced or the teachers who seeking a job, I must say to you, the Ministry of Education has also launched a job, what is it called again? It's a job fair, I believe, that you can upload your information, similar to how it is done in the US. And schools who need teachers can basically apply. And not just apply, but they can reach out to you based on what they're interested in. But I'll get to that later on, in a few minutes. But I'm just going to say to you, if you're applying for a job, it doesn't matter if you see 10-year experience and you only have one or you don't have none. Apply if you like the school or if you like the job or if you want a job, apply. Don't let that stop you. When the principals or the board say they want 3 years experience, it's a preference. I don't think they're gonna throw you out if you don't have no experience. What if only they want 2 teachers with 3 years experience? This is a scenario. And 6 persons applied for that job. None of them has taught before. You don't think they will have an interview? So don't let that beat you by people. Still apply. Give yourself a chance. Give yourselves a chance. Ministry of Education need to collect from the USA, Canada, England government for each teacher they recruit. Well, they'll have to get a bilateral agreement now, or a memorandum of understanding. A MOU in this case would be good, but guess what? The government now have nothing to hold the teachers to us. And something is terribly wrong. RR. If we have just done a compensation review and the teachers are still moving out, something is wrong. You know what I have studied and what I have realized and what is happening? The teachers, many of who have gone and are leaving, they'll be living two separate lives, One in the US for argument's sake and one in the Jamaica. So if they are from Jamaica, they still have their life in Jamaica and they will be living a new life in US. Meaning, what I'm saying is that, let's say for argument's sake, you have a house or you have bills to pay, you have loan servicing. You'll have to continue servicing your loan. And if you have to go now to the United States or England to pay rent and you have mortgage here in Jamaica. So it's two mortgage you're paying, two lives. So it's very critical that you look into what you are doing, look into where you are going. I am sure though, even though you're living two lives, financially, you'll be better off than Jamaica. That is for sure. No doubt about that. So that if the finance is what you're going there for, I don't know what the system is all about, so I can't tell you about the system. But think twice. Be of good courage. One thing I'm sure too is that the United States love the Jamaican teachers. I don't know if they love them because they can pay cheaper than what their counterpart are asking for. Because it's the money why most Americans live in the classrooms, they're not getting enough pay, just like what we are saying in Jamaica. So, people, these are some points that we want to look at, and these are points that we'll be looking on next week, Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday. We'll be looking into these points. All right, people. Next week, Wednesday. And let me just pause for a while, just to give you this. Take a break. Yes, thank you very much. Well needed breaking. I took a sip. But next Wednesday, God's willing, we'll have with us Mark Smith. Yes, Mark Smith is the principal of the Monroe College in St. Elizabeth. Mark Smith is the Jamaica president elect for the 24-25 year. I wonder if we get that right. So Mark Smith will come and present to you his plans as president of the JTA 24-25. And we will also be looking at these same topics that we have discussed. We want to look at, and by then we should have a clear idea of how many teachers leaving Jamaica. We also would zoom into how these 70 teachers from Cuba will operate. Are these all Spanish speaking teachers? Are some of these 70 teachers, are some of these Jamaicans who got scholarship from Jamaica to Cuba to study and then will be back in the classroom? I remember you have that agreement to, the minister never highlight how the breakdown will be, but bear that in mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I promised you, tonight will just be for show for 1 hour. And this is where we leave you tonight. But remember, let's look and let's be careful of how we move. What is the availability of teachers to the Ministry of Education for September 2023? Will we have a shortage of teachers come September, or will we have enough? Are the teachers already gone? Are more teachers going? Will the teachers be resigning within, or should I say, in a month in advance? These are questions that needed to be answered. So, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a very good night and see you again on Wednesday. All right.